What's up, y'all? This is Henny, and man, glad to be back. 2018. What does that even mean? I don't know. I'm really excited to tell y'all a lot of what's going on right now and what's taking me so long to kind of dive back into these videos, but I'm back and I'm better than ever. Hopefully I am, I don't know. But listen, man, I had to go through all of my shit and let y'all know exactly what I have going on and what's in my bag. I didn't mean for it to be so long, but at the same time, I have something great at the end of the video. If you stick around with me, I'm telling y'all right now, I got some giveaways coming up. So stick around and check this out. What's in my bag? But first, I definitely gotta give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, the good folks over there at CME Pro, makers of the X Key Air and the X Key in 25 and 37 key versions. Now, when I tell you I use these keyboards all the time, I literally use these keyboards non-stop on a daily basis. They're thin, they're lightweight. You know, either you get them in the USB form or you can get them in the Bluetooth form. They work tremendously well for iOS. They work tremendously well for laptops in general. But what I can tell you about this is they really just get the job done, and I've been using them for over 2 years now. These are my trusted go-to keyboards when I'm on the go. And a lot of times when I'm right here at my desk, they're just versatile and they're real convenient. So let's get to this video. Enough of me talking. Let's go. Run it. We're going to the mountain.
Going to the mountain. Watch me do the worm. That's my thing.
Watch me do the worm. Watch me do the worm.
The business.
Hold up. It's a cold day out here, man. We're up here at the Blue Ridge, Georgia mountains, man, and we're having a great time with family, having a good time, but I had to update you on what I'm carrying in 2018 and what bag I'm using. So let's get into it.
The business.
Over the last year, I've tried out a few bags to try to make sure that I can fit everything I could possibly want, from my audio gear to my videography and my photography gear, as I like to do it all and try to keep it all in one cohesive bag. When I came across this Peak Design everyday backpack, I knew this probably was going to be the one for me. I did a ton of research, and I know a lot of y'all can do a ton of research on the bag and its capabilities, but I'm telling you, this is an amazing bag. It's right around $250. It isn't the least expensive bag in the world, but it isn't the most. And what it's able to do for me to be able to carry my music production needs, my audio and visual needs, as well as you know, every other things that I might need for knickknacks and wires and cables and all of that. So this is the Peak Design everyday backpack. I initially bought it in the ash color with the leather tan accents. After about a week or two of using it, I could tell that it'd probably get pretty dirty over time. And so I went and swapped it out for the stealth black version, and that's what I have here. This is the 20 liter, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I got in this thing right now. Now, of course, a couple of the things that I have in this bag is definitely being used to film this video, which is my GH5, along with my Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, as well as the Manfrotto Pixie mini tripod. Those three things are being used to film this video, along with my Sony RX100 Mark V that I'm using to vlog this whole entire episode with. So check it out. In the main compartment, I would usually fit my GH5, my tripod, and my Rode Video Mic Pro up here up top. But along with that, I also have this. This is my DJI Spark. This is the best drone that you can have if you want to carry as much stuff as possible in one bag. This is the drone for me, given the fact that it's small, it's lightweight, it's compact, and I can bring a few batteries with it along with the controller that's in another compartment. So I have right here inside the main bag, this is the DJI Spark along with the kind of a padded case. And just to let you know, everything that I have here in this bag will be listed in my kit below. So make sure you go ahead and check out my kit. It's kit.com/hennythebusiness, and you'll see all the things that I have in this bag. Other things in this top compartment really would be this camera, and also this Peak Design leash that I carry my camera with. I love this leash. If you have a camera and you want a nice looking strap, I love the fact that this leash can roll up like this nicely, and it has a magnetic clasp to it, so that it clasps together and you just throw it right back in your bag. That's in my top flap of this bag, and it can fit quite a few other things. Now when you look at this top compartment, not only does it have this big flap here, but of course it also has the back pocket here that holds a lot of my audio gear. There's a pouch here that I put this is what I call my tech survival kit. I had it on the episode last year, and this has still done me very well. It's by Be Unique by Myself, and this is a trusty bag that carries a lot of my survival kit, whether it's cords, dangles, adapters, a Leatherman pocket knife. All the things that I would carry along with me is here in my tech survival kit, and I'm gonna go through this in a little bit. And then of course I have my trusty here X-Key Air 25 key keyboard, Bluetooth, made by CME. And I know if anybody's watched any of the videos that I have done on adventures in beat making, or any of the things that I do on the go with my music, this is my go-to keyboard. It is held down everything that I need keyboard wise, and it is just a beast. The battery life is good, the Bluetooth capabilities is good, the latency is very good for my needs, and it's a workhorse. I use it anytime I start to pull out my production kit, and this thing holds me down. And then a little upgrade from last year is my 10.5 iPad Pro. And when I tell you this thing is a beast, this is a beast. It has the this is the saddle brown Apple leather case that fits the Apple Pencil, which I have here. I have the Apple Pencil connected here, as well as the iPad keyboard that goes along with it. You know, the upgrades from last year are amazing. I mean, when I'm telling you that not only I can do all of the things that I would love to do when it comes to my production needs, and we'll get into that in a little bit later, but also my video and photography needs, whether it's editing 4K video, which this video will partially be edited on that as well, as I'm, you know, out here on the go in the mountains. But when I take it home, I'll probably bring it back to my Mac to finish up. When I'm telling you the power, the processing, and the portability. Don't get me wrong, the 12-inch version of the iPad Pro is great, but when I went down to this 10.5 and it has the a little bit less, you know, thinner bezels, it has the 120 hertz refresh rate, which is amazing to see when you see that as far as the screen quality on this device. And this is the 512 gigabyte fully maxed out iPad Pro, and I can literally take this wherever and get the job done. My music production, my video production, even photography, as well as my day-to-day emails, you know, web browsing, movies, all of those things. I use this all day long, every day. And I can't say anything more than this is what's changed the game for me, and the 10.5 inch version has only made it better. This is my iPad Pro, and it fits great in this bag. It is way too damn cold to record this whole video outside. I'm gonna take it inside and let's finish this damn thing up. Let's go. So now that I've shown you what's on the top compartment and what's in the laptop sleeve part, let me show you what's on the sides and what I'm carrying on a day-to-day. So if I flip this over, they both sides have two zipper compartments, and it kind of opens up just like that. The headphones, I never leave home without, and these are the ATH M50X by Audio Technica, and these are also in the stealth gray. I love them. I love this colorway because it matches my my iPad Pro almost perfectly, as well as it just has a really cool look to them. I've had them in white, I've had them in black, I've had them in red, even like a blue and tan color. I mean, you really can't go wrong with these headphones. The main thing you really want to do is make sure that you use them quite frequently so they get that burn in, and they start to really pronounce some of the bass and some of the mid frequencies once they burn in. So yeah, the ATH-N50s, I never go home without them, and I just sit them right there. They come with a few different cords, but I love using this cord. This is just the basic iPhone cord that comes with it. It's relatively short, but it's long enough for my needs. And yeah, I just kind of stick that right in there with this. And as you can see, it also gives you access to the top compartment here, which I showed you the spark. All right, so this side pocket also has a zipper compartment on each side. And on this side, I always carry a brick around. And this is my Anchor, I don't even know, this is the Power Core Plus 26,800 milliamp hour brick portable charger. And what's super dope about this is it has a USB-C connection that charges your the new latest MacBooks and MacBook Pros, as well as your iPads, as well as your new, if you get a Lightning to USB-C connection, you can charge your iPads and your iPhones as well with a fast charge connection. And it charges my devices up instantaneously. This is the brick that comes, this is the charging brick that charges this, and it's a USB-C type wall adapter. And I throw that in here as well with a smaller Anchor for on the go, you know, if I want to throw this in my pocket, throw this in my, you know, my jeans or something like that. This is just a smaller portable adapter, and you can't go wrong with having a few of these in your bag, because a lot of your devices are just sucking up juice left and right, and you want to make sure you are able to keep them on a nice charge throughout the day. Now on the other side here, you know, both sides have these pouches, and you know, they're kind of stretchy. You can put whatever you want, water bottles or whatever on this side, but man, I love this bag. This is a light that I use for when I'm in you know, dimly lit situations, you feel me? This is the Aperture Amaron AL-M9, and it can get very bright. I don't want to blind y'all, but I mean, you can see that. You know, when you're in tough lighting situations like the studio where I'm always in, and you want to record yourself, even if you have, like, you know, an iPhone or something, you want to get more footage, you really want to make sure that you have the, you know, the lighting there for you. And so this is just a portable light that I carry around, and what's dope about this is that it you know, it charges via micro USB, and it has little filters that come along with it as well. So put that right here along the side. I'll show you exactly what I got going on around here as well. This is the controller for my DJI Spark. And like I said before, this gives you a lot more, like if you're into drones, or if you're into flying drones and this is your first drone, if you go with a DJI Spark, I highly recommend using it with the controller, because without it, it doesn't go up as high. You don't really have the flexibility of really controlling your drone the way you want to, as well as putting it in sport mode if you really want to start flying it in a creative way. So I use the DJI Spark controller, and I got the bundle that comes with the controller and an extra battery. So yeah, that fits right in here. Along with, this is my LX100 Panasonic camera that I use for on the go, taking stills. It still does 4K video, and it's very capable. It's a little bit older camera, but you know, to have pocket ability and be able to shoot great stills, I love this camera for my yeah, something that I want to take with me when I'm, you know, my everyday walk around day camera. It might be switching up soon, but hey, I switch my cameras up all the time, shit. And then even sometimes, you know, I might carry a Nintendo Switch if I'm gaming, but usually my son's, he's the one gaming on it. But yeah, sometimes we keep a Nintendo Switch right in here as well. The dope thing about this bag is, even if I take the Spark out, you can flap these compartments down and put whatever you want on the side and still get the flexibility you want. And if you don't want that, you know, you can flip these up and they still become good compartments for whatever you need. Now, down here at the bottom, I'm using 3 different things specifically for audio. One, this is what you've probably seen before in many videos, and I can't recommend this enough for anybody who has an iPhone. Soon to be had, I think they're coming out with products for Android as well, but this is the Shure NV88, and this is a Lightning microphone that can do a stereo wide image as well as a very mono image. And I do a lot of sampling. I was actually sampling the fire and the smoke in the grill last night when we were grilling outside. And you know, you can just put this on the bottom of your phone and start sampling and getting sounds. You know, the dope thing about it is with the app, you know, you can start to name all your sounds, and you start building the catalog right there of sounds that nobody else has, because you use this device to you know, plug it into your iPhone, and next thing you know, you're building your own catalog of sounds. So yeah, this is the Shure NV88. I don't leave home without it, because you never know when motivation is going to hit you, and you're just going to want to go ahead and start sampling something. Boom. Also, I have the Zoom H2n Recorder. The reason I like this is when I don't want to record with my phone. This also does a very, you know, stereo wide recording, as well as a mono recording. And sometimes, like you can see in some of my older videos, I was using this as my main vocal recorder for my talking parts of my video. But you know, I've sampled on this. I've used this in some of my hangouts where I just set this on the table and you know, recording a whole group of having a conversation. So this thing is great, and you'll have great flexibility for what you want to do when it comes to, you know, portable audio solutions. So that's the Zoom. And recently picked up, this is the Shure NVI. In my last year, I was using another Zoom product. It was called the U22, I believe. And as I was taking that in sessions, and I was plugging up basses, plugging up guitars, and recording them directly to my iPad, I was running into a lot of issues with hiss and a lot of background noise from the guitars and from the basses, because the preamp in the Zoom U22 wasn't as good. So I was looking for another portable option, and I came across this. It's the same line of products as the NV88. And this is the Shure NVI, and what this is basically a portable audio interface. It has one XLR input as well as one TRS input, and then it takes a USB micro, and you can plug it directly into your iPad using the cable that it gives you, or you can plug it directly into you know, your laptop or something like that. And then it comes with, you know, your basic headphone jack. But the audio out of this thing is very clean. It has some heft to it, but the preamps in this are great, and it's made by Shure. You can trust Shure. You know, they have great sounding mics, products, and everything else. So I knew I could probably trust the build quality and the preamps in this, and it hasn't let me down. So when I'm going to the studio this year, I'm using the Shure NVI when I'm plugging in basses, when I'm plugging in, you know, mics. Sometimes I want to plug in just a mic, and you know, we're in a hotel and we just want to get busy. I'm with an artist or I'm with a songwriter, and we plug this in, load it straight up into my iPad, and you know, I might be using something like a Neumann mic that I might carry with me, and we'll start recording vocals just like that through this. So you know, the Shure NVI, I love this. I'll be using this as my audio interface for 2018. And then on the side, of course, you need batteries. You're gonna need batteries for all the different things you have, more batteries. And these are all the batteries for my different cameras. I usually carry at least 3 batteries with me per camera. And I'm also carrying my Sony Fdr X3000. And this is kind of like Sony's version of its GoPro. You've seen it in if you watch any of my older videos, this is definitely the GoPro version that I'm using, and it hasn't let me down. And I know some people have just picked this up, and hopefully that they're getting a great performance as I did from this camera. I haven't been using it as much because I've been using my Sony RX100 Mark V a little bit more for my daily vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, can't go wrong with this. And you gotta have as many batteries as possible. But as you can see, like, This thing got hella pockets, yo. Like, you can fit pins and, you know, different, whatever you want into these side pockets, fold it up. And like I said, you have space for everything. So, you know, for me as somebody's going to the studio a lot, somebody who's always on the go, a lot of traveling, this bag does exactly what I needed to do. And the main thing that people don't realize when you think about a bag and everything you need with a bag is the weight distribution. And this bag has great weight distribution. So, you know, I can't fake. I'll be having some back problems here and there. And I really need a bag that's gonna hold me down when it comes to carrying heft on my back and not having any back issues, holding it, going through the airport and all of that. And so, this bag and the way it's set up, it definitely holds me down when it comes to weight distribution and making sure that all the weight is really centered in the middle of your back, and so you don't feel very tired after a short amount of time. And so that's pretty much what I got in my bag, as well as the camera that I'm recording right now. That's again the GH5 along with the video micro. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all right now. Let me get it down. So yeah, man, this is everything that I carry around in my bag. And this bag holds me down. It's a lot of stuff that I carry, but everything has its purpose. And I love the fact that it all fits nice, you know, nicely in my bag, and there's no issues. Let me show you a little bit what's in my tech survival kit. These are just a little, I don't know if you call them grommets or whatever you call them, but they're things that you put on the side of your camera to hold with the different straps that Peak Design has. Of course, I've showed you guys this before, but this is the Fdr A3, and it's the portable headphone amplifier that I use when I'm at the studio, when I wanted to give my sound coming from my iPad to my, you know, to the aux cord or something like that, to the a little bit more oomph, a little bit more bass, a little bit more punch. And this thing works out really, really good. And I can't say too much more about that besides the fact that it really amplifies your sound, and it's only about 50 bucks. Like I said, everything that's on this table will be in my kit, and so that link will be in the description. SD card adapters for the drone, extra SD cards for my cameras. You can't have enough of these different wipes and cloths. So I have quite a few cloths, and I just keep them in my bag, as well as a headphone adapter. Gotta have one of those. This is my Lightning to USB flash drive. It's made by a company called H2n, and that's a 64 gig. And so when I'm in the studio, I plug this directly into my iPad, get my files off, and then we take it in the studio and we plug it back in. And I've talked about this before, but this is invaluable to have in some type of tech kit, survival kit that you need, specifically if you're using iOS devices. And you never know when you're gonna have to need to open up pliers, anything. This is my Letterman RAV, and it's just a utility pocket knife. Keep a square reader on me, yeah, transactions as necessary. USB-C cables, Lightning to SD card, Apple Watch charging cable, Lightning to USB, Lightning to USB 3. It's a headphone splitter, a mini headphone to headphone cable. So you can tell I got all these damn cables. You want to make sure at any time you have what you need, and it all fits in this little case that fits in my bag. So boom, that's what's in my tech survival kit. I probably should have done a whole nother video on that, but this is everything that's in my bag in 2018. Sticking it out with me, thugging it out and seeing everything that I got going on in my bag. And because of that, the good people over there are seeing me. They went and told me that they're gonna supply me with a few of these X keys to give away. What I'm asking everyone to do is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, put a comment on the video, and also follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll put all the links in my description. And once we get this video over 100 likes, I will choose randomly a few people to receive an X-Key product from CME. So thank the people over there at CME, and I thank y'all for tuning in. This is only the beginning of 2018. You know where I'ma be? I'm gonna be right here, but I'ma be here more consistently. Tell you that right now. You know what it is. And I'm out! And I'm out! Ha ha!